Bloodletting, a short film by Mahmut Mahmut. Detroit Police Department press room, night. A police precinct press room buzzes with activity. A row of reporters on metal folding chairs crowded in front of a raised stage. Camera operators dodge past uniformed officers on their way to line up the perfect shot. A few photogenic detectives line up at the back of the stage, waiting for someone to step up to the mic. Detective Claudia Barsotti, 38, camera ready in a finely tuned tailor suit, and brimming with confidence, takes her place at the center of the stage, drawing a hush over the room.
At 11:17 a.m., our officers were called to investigate a reported homicide. Upon examination, we can confirm it to be a third murder by the one who the press are calling the Vampire of Detroit.
Was the body drained of blood like all the rest?
Got any suspects, Detective?
Who was the victim? Young? Old? Was there evidence of physical?
Claudia puts her hands up and the hubbub dies down. Off the side of the stage, Marty Keene, 44, a sun-kissed viper in a suit, watches Claudia from behind designer sunglasses.
My father was a cop. My grandfather too. Both were so proud I'd made detective. I promised to them and to all of you.
Marty mouths along with Claudia as she gestures to the cameras around her.
The vampire will be found and brought to justice.
Marty shoots her a thumbs up as she glances toward him.
Follow the Detroit PD Twitter for updates and my personal at Claudia Barsotti. Stay safe.
She leaves the stage as the press erupt into more questions. Marty ducks into a private office and she follows. From behind a crowd of jostling reporters, a young officer, Connor Martinez, 30, ill-fitting clothes it looks like he slept in, fingers stained in cigarette ash, pushes past to speak with Captain Jensen, 55, a department lifer.
Sir, you see Detective Barsotti?
The whole city saw her, kid.
I got something for her.
She's back there with her PR guy.
PR guy?
Detroit Police Department, private office, day. Claudia closes the door behind herself and Marty, silencing the sound of the crowd. Marty brandishes his phone at her.
Already got you nearly 500 new followers. Boom.
Weren't crass, was I? Didn't seem like I was selling something.
If you were, they were all buying. This case gets a few more bodies and I see a book deal. You'll be the next Joe Kenda.
A TV show.
Worldwide distribution. The beautiful and glamorous detective and how she battled evil and won.
The department not giving you shit?
They need the good press, especially now. Now, next up, we need an interview. I got a paper lined up and we can...
As the office door slams open as Connor rushes in.
Detective Barsotti? Connor Martinez. I got something you...
I was talking here, kid.
Martinez, the new guy.
I think I found something. And I knew you were leading the case. And can we talk in private?
We have an NDA, bro. I'm cool.
Marty.
Connor Martinez. Irish? Mexican?
Half and half?
Well, that hits a lot of the demos we're missing. You have representation?
Marty.
Don't solve this thing too fast.
Marty leaves.
Now, what's the matter?
I think I found him.
Exterior, interior, unmarked car, night. Claudia drives through the dark and mostly empty city streets in a part of town where poverty is inescapable. Connor sits beside her and looks behind him to a back seat covered in fat and empty soda cans.
My home away from home.
We're judging or nothing. Is your car in the Magnuson case?
You read about that?
Who hasn't? You're a hero.
A hero, huh? Good idea, looking into the medical surplus supply, but don't get your hopes up.
I won't. Just happy to be along.
Claudia pulls up to park outside the old broken warehouse. The sole streetlight outside flickers on and off.
But why the media shit? Why do you have a PR guy? I don't get it.
Claudia turns off the engine. She pulls up the sleeve on her jacket to show Connor a deep burn that covers her forearm.
For the magazine case, just one wound of many. Now I want what I'm owed. I killed myself, making the department look good, and what I get? A pat on the head and a thank you, ma'am. If I'm a goddamn hero, I'm going to be paid like one. You go through the back. I'll try the front, meet in the middle.
Right.
And sorry if I shattered any of your good-natured illusions.
Following her torchlight, Claudia pushes past stacked crates as quietly as possibly. The warehouse floor is cracked, the roof leaking. The only sound is a steady drip, drip, drip. She pulls a box out of the way and rounds a corner. She freezes. Bathed in moonlight from a hole in the ceiling, a dead man hangs on a hook, suspended upside down. His eyes open wide, his throat slit. Blood drips from his body to the overflowing bucket. A whistling figure walks up to the dead man and pulls the bucket away, replacing it with an empty one. Drip, drip, drip. The Vampire of Detroit, 58, gray-haired, bespectacled, and in a comfortable sweater vest, he'd look the kindly librarian if his hands weren't stained with blood.
Freeze!
Claudia has her gun pulled on the man. He pauses.
You're early.
Turn around slow.
Miss Barsotti, a pleasure.
Down to the ground.
Of course. I'm just happy to meet you. I wanted to thank you.
Thank me.
He lowers himself to his knees.
For my moniker, the Vampire of Detroit, how grand a title. I love the attention, you see. Well, of course you do. You love it too.
Shut up.
Claudia approaches and takes out her handcuffs. He doesn't resist as she locks his hands behind his back.
Shame it'll all be over so soon. I could have made your career. An epic cat and mouse game the two of us would have enjoyed. Me always out of reach, dealing death with apparent impunity. You follow one step behind until finally catharsis. You catch the monster.
A nice story.
You crave the limelight, just as I do. Let me go.
You're insane. I'm not like you.
You're angling for fame. I can read between the lines in all your carefully managed TV appearances. You need a foe worthy of that.
Claudia puts her gun away. She watches the man below her.
No.
I'm under no illusions. This ends with my death. All you have to... But I've more killing to do before you catch me. And I promise, no children.
You're disgusting.
But am I wrong? You want this. All you have to do is let me walk away. Tonight never happened.
Claudia takes out the handcuff key and crouches behind the man. She unlocks his cuffs and...
Detective Barsotti? What the hell are you doing?
Claudia freezes. Connor stands in the doorway.
You were gonna... Shit.
Connor, don't!
Let him do this. And your career, your respect, your reason to be. It's all over.
Is this getting what you're owed?
Connor, please, we can work something out.
I thought you were better than this.
He pulls out his police radio, presses the call button, and bang! Bullet through the chest. He puts a hand to the wound, falls to the ground, dead. Claudia lowers her gun.
Why? Why didn't he listen?
The Vampire of Detroit embraces Claudia. She lets him as she stares over at the body of Connor.
I can fix this. We're in this together now, Miss Barsotti.
Claudia stays silent as she watches the blood pool around Connor's lifeless form. Detroit Police Department press room, day. The press room is packed with reporters again. The detectives are lined up and Marty stands off the side of the stage, enjoying a large protein shake. Claudia walks up to the mic. Cameras start to flash.
At 1:33 a.m., our officers were called to investigate a reported double homicide. 2 bodies were found, drained of blood. The vampire. One of them was my colleague, Detective Connor Martinez.
The press begin to shout unintelligible, overlapping questions. Claudia stops them with a wave of her hand.
There will be time to grieve later. I will not stop until the killer is brought to justice, and I will bring him to justice. You have my word.
Claudia backs away from the mic to leave the stage until she pauses and returns.
Oh, and please follow the Detroit PD Twitter for updates and my personal at Claudia Barsotti. Stay safe out there.
End.